Once upon a time, in the lush, green meadows where the shepherd's fluffy sheep grazed contently, a rather plump and rosy pig found its way through the tall grass. The pig was enjoying a delightful afternoon, snorting happily as it sniffed around for delicious mushrooms and acorns. Just then, the shepherd, a kind man with a slightly mischievous twinkle in his eye, spotted the pig. "Ah, what a fine prize!" the shepherd thought to himself, imagining the surprise on the villagers' faces when he walked into town with such a catch. Without hesitation, he reached out and grabbed the pig, lifting it off its little hooves. The world around the pig turned topsy-turvy, and that's when it began. "Squeal!" The pig's voice rang through the meadow, echoing off hills and startling birds out of trees. It kicked its tiny legs and wiggled with all its might. It was a veritable symphony of squeals. Just a stone's throw away, a flock of sheep lifted their heads from grazing the dewy grass. They had never heard such commotion in their peaceful field. With eyes wide and necks stretched high, they curiously watched the shepherd walk by with the wriggling, noisy bundle. Deciding this was too intriguing an event to miss, the sheep trotted along, their hooves pattering a gentle rhythm as they followed the shepherd and the pig. One of the bravest sheep, a wise fellow named Woolly, nudged a little closer to the squealing pig and quietly asked, "Why are you making such a fuss, dear pig? Whenever the shepherd comes for one of us, we never make such a racket. It's quite embarrassing, really." With another desperate squeal and a frantic shake, the pig replied, "Oh dear sheep, that's easy for you all to say. When the shepherd takes you, he only wants your wool, a warm treasure that grows back again. But when he takes me, he wants my bacon. He's going to take my very own pigly self." The sheep stopped in their tracks, reflecting on the pig's words. Their wool was indeed sheared, but it would grow back time and time again. They'd never thought of such a frightening fate as the pig described. Woolly turned to the pig with comforting eyes and said, "We didn't understand, dear pig. We see now that you face a plight much more serious than we do." As they reached the gate, the sheep began to bleat softly and kindly to the shepherd, "Ba, ba," imploring him to understand the pig's fear. Touched by the solidarity of his flock and the pig's genuine terror, the shepherd paused at the gate. He looked at the pig, still squealing but now calmer under the sheep's sympathetic gazes. With a gentle sigh, he put the pig down. "Off you go," he chuckled softly, waving it back towards the meadow. The pig trotted back into the grass, grateful and relieved, with a joyful curl in its tail. The sheep, feeling proud of their compassion, returned to their grazing, having learned that putting oneself in another's hooves, or trotters, can change everything. From that day, the shepherd remembered the pig with a smile, while the sheep always watched out for any visitor to their meadow, ready to help if they could. And so, in that sunny meadow, all creatures were a little kinder, a little wiser, knowing that understanding and kindness could make any place feel a bit more like home. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel for more stories.